Yellow, everybody. Mr. 901 Tommy Jacks here. I'm an official Maestro of content for Looney Tunes World and Mayhem, and it has been an aristocratic day, I promise you. First, we had the sneak peek come out. Well, that's pretty par for the course, Tommy. Yeah, it is. Then we had our first look live. Just dropped just a little while ago. Well, you hadn't done that in a minute, but you've done that before, Tommy. Yeah, well, guess what? We're still live on Twitch. We're playing through the game, and we get alerted that, hey, Doc, there's an update. Now, right after the deep dive live was uploaded, Infallible, aka Daily, one of the Jack's Army in chat, noticed that during the footage we looked at, Grand Dukeling's basic attack did something different than what it said in the game. So that gave us an idea of a rework that was coming to Grand Duke Sylvester. Well, it did not take very long because the rework is in the game and the aristocrat tag, well, the tunes that are there have changed. Let's jump in the game and show you what I'm talking about. All right, so I've got my main account up right here, and the themes, you can see aristocrat. Now, when I click this, don't be too shocked. Bam, there we go. Grand Duke Sylvester, Cumberland Porky, Grand Dukeling Sylvester Jr. That's right. We went over this a couple of days ago when the news about Grand Dukeling Jr. came out and the possibility of an aristocrat team and who could there possibly be to go with them. Now, this was before we broke the news about Fair Lady Melissa and Countess Penelope, but we were taking a look, and at first we were like, they're all going to be cats, right? So we looked at all the cats and we were like, well, the only one that could be reworked to go with them would be old Grand Duke right here. And then we started looking at other tunes, and the only other one that we could possibly see would be Grand Cumberland Porky. Well, he's not grand, but I'm calling him Grand because he's with all these grand guys. But Cumberland Porky was the only other one that we thought could possibly go with this team. And wouldn't you know who won the pony? That's right. Jack's Army doing some due diligence, breaking it down, figuring it out. And now, if you look in your game under the aristocrat theme, you will now see these three tunes. Now, we do know that we've got two more tunes coming for this team. What I believe is those two tunes, along with Grand Duke Sylvester and Grand Dukeling Jr., will be part of the final team. Chances are Cumberland Porky is a reserve tune, but it's really cool to see that he's getting some use. Now, I don't really see anything changed about Cumberland Porky's kit yet. If you do, let me know in the comments down below. But however, I have seen a change with Grand Duke Sylvester. So let's take a look real quick. Now, you're going to see he does have the aristocrat tag now. He also has Scarlet Pumpernickel Nemesis skill. I don't really know Chamberlain Porky. I keep saying Cumberland. I don't know why. But Chamberlain Porky, I don't really know if he's got any reworks. But Grand Duke, on the other hand. All right, so he does have the Nemesis skill. He's got his friendship skill, right? Now let's take a look at his actual kit. Now before this, this just did defense down, as far as I know. Now it deals damage and gains attack up and speed up. Now I don't have him all the way maxed out, so we're not really going to even pay too much attention to the damage, just the fact that he deals it. All right, Duke's Fury deals damage to all enemies. This attack deals extra damage against hidden. This almost mirrors the way that Dukeling Jr.'s kit works. And since both of them mirror one another, this is going to be really good. All right, so deal damage to target enemy, inflicting deny dodge and attack down for the rest of the battle. So there's a couple of things that I'm starting to see here. I think it's a defensive team. Not meaning that you can only use it on defense, but I think that's where it's going to shine. I also think where it will shine the most on defense is up against possibly fiends or hidden teams and dodge. So everybody who's been holding on to the dodge teams, there's more and more counters coming for him. So, yeah, right there, there's some anti-dodge. Also, this Tune's attack still inflict defense down for 2 turns. And then, firstly, happy. Secondly, furious. Now, granted, this is just the level 1 of this stat, but just to give you an idea, while above 50% health, this Tune has plus 10% defense, while below it has plus 10% attack. Also, that's not all, because there we go right here. This is what I was really talking about. I think they're a defensive team. This is the first team that we've seen that has defense-specific kit-based skills. So at the start of battle and this Tune's turn, it gains 5 counter chance up. If this Tune is on defense, gains speed up as well. Now, we saw this on Grand Dukeling Jr.'s kit. In fact, we'll hop over to his kit real quick and we'll show you exactly what we were talking about. There's a specific move here. Here we go. Deal damage to target enemy, inflicting defense down. If Countess Penelope lacks taunt, which that leads me to believe that she is going to be the tank of this team, grant her 20% turn meter. If this Tune is on defense, inflict an additional defense down. So there's defense downs flying all over the place. There's anti-dodge. There's anti-hidden. It's kind of very intriguing. I mean, I'm just going to say that. I am kind of liking the fact that it's kind of this smorgasbord of, hey, it does a lot of good things, but it's probably a defense team. And to be honest, I don't hate the fact that it is or could be a defensive-minded team. I mean, somebody that can defend a brawl crate, somebody that can defend a, your ship, maybe somebody that could defend an arena. And one of the reasons that I also think this, not only just because they have defensive skill-based kits, but also just the other day when we saw the blog post for our guy Grand Dukeling Sylvester Jr. God, that's a mouthful. We saw this too. So I want you to take a look right here. This is the blog post for Grand Dukeling Jr. So it gives this brief little bio, but the part I want you to pay attention to is right here. This is what we got hyped about at first, was the fact that it said new aristocrat team. And then we knew we were right at that point. But the next part, I think, is also telling. So, classy enough to defend any castle, crate, or ship you may possess. And the way it says that is it says Grand Dukeling Sylvester Jr. brings improved counterattacks and turn meter advantage to the new aristocrats team, classy enough to defend any castle, crate, or ship you may possess. It's the team. I believe it's a defensive team, and I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. I'm actually kind of hyped about it. I'm hyped about the fact that we're getting new tunes that have never been in the game before, at least one of them. We've gotten some reworks. We know that they're coming. There'll be a blog post about that. And yeah, you bet your sweet Bippy, we're going to cover it right here on the Talkin' Tommy channel. But this got me hyped. We started playing the game after we recorded our first look live. And then all of a sudden we got that update, and I had to get this out to you guys so that you could see what's possibly in store. Now, granted, this just updated. This could all change by the time tomorrow rolls around for the event, but we will be live for that Grand Dukeling Jr. event. Oh, yes, we will be. We're absolutely going to be live for that thing. In fact, you can join me live for that when it drops, 1 p.m. Central this Friday at twitch.tv/Mr.901 Tommy Jacks. Well, that is what I have for you today, guys. I know we put out a bunch today. I hope it's been a help. I hope that, you're seeing what I'm seeing here. And if you see something a little different, to let me know down in the comments down below. And by the way, guys, if you haven't already done it, 83% of you, then hit that old subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing. Bang that bell while you're at it. Throw a like on this thing, for crying out loud. And goodness gracious, guys, We got plenty to stay loony about. And until next time, I'm going to catch you down the road.